Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it away. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it away.
Hey guys, welcome on in. Welcome in, everybody. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day or great evening, actually, now at this point. But if you saw me during the day, welcome back. Hello, hi. Hello, hi. I was going to take tonight off and then I didn't. That should be like my shirt. Maybe tomorrow. I think I'm going to take the whole day off tomorrow, maybe. So if you don't see me, that's why. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Come in, sit down, take a seat, get comfortable, get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack, and let's get into tonight's live. If you are new here, my name is Tanya or Titanium Built. You can call me whichever. I don't prefer one over the other one. It's just whatever you want to call me. So we'll see who's in the chat. We'll say hello, and then we'll get started. As we're getting started, if you guys decide that you do like the content, please don't forget to hit the like button. It just is really important to do in the beginning of the lives because then it sends your video out into the algorithm. So that's why we ask. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you would like to become a subscriber, we'd love to have you. You can subscribe. You can hit the bell icon. Those are all free things to do. You can share the video out. If you'd like to do something even more, you could become a member. And our memberships are located, they're pinned at the top of the chat, every chat. So if you decide you want to become a member, that's the best way to support the channel. So look at that. We've got people coming in. Let me show the comments on the screen, even though it's itty bitty. I still think it's so small. Maybe if you're on a phone. I've never tried that actually on a phone. I bet it's kind of, it's probably bigger, isn't it? I'm going to check. I'm going to do an experiment really quick. Let's see. We'll go to my live. Let me turn me down. Nope, still small as could be. Smallest thing I've ever seen. They put this in the StreamYard if you guys are wondering what I'm talking about. It's the little comments that pull up right there. I still think it's pretty small. Unless you have like really good eyes. You guys probably have better eyes than me. But I wanted to see what it looked like on my phone. Also, there is a new feature. If you guys have seen this, I don't know if you have, and I don't know if I have it on my I don't know if it's available as a feature on live. No, it is. It's available on lives. So I don't know if I'm like was drawn out of the lucky hat or not, but you can do these things now. It's called hyping the video. And so if like you go to my live at the end of the live, I believe. But if you go to the live or whichever live you're on and you're like, I really like this video, I guess there's an option at the bottom where you can scroll through like live chat or you can scroll to make a comment. It's right there and it'll say hype this video. I don't know. If it's there for you, let me know if it's there for you. Like if you ever see it on one of my lives and you remember, be like, hey, I saw that. Just remind me if you do see them. I saw it on a couple people's video and I thought that was pretty fun. I'm like, "Oh." So I hyped someone's video last night. It was, shoot, I can't remember whose it was. They're a smaller creator. I forget who it was though, but I was like, I'm going to try this out because I wanted them to get hyped, get like the video out there. So, hey, Davis fam, welcome in. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Triple L. Hey, Ashley. I saw Ladybugs in here. Hey, Kira. Hey, baby. Oh, there's baby girl. Hey, Tipsy Gypsy. Welcome in. Crystal's here. Kitsy Cats. Okay. I won't go back up too much, but hey, Willows. Hey, everybody. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. We're going to talk about little baby Emmanuel tonight. There's been, I don't know. Hey, Tempest, by the way. Hey, Love Zolurk. There's been a lot of chatter, let's say, today in Emmanuel's case. So I guess last night, I didn't know this. Brian Enton came out with a video. I'm going to try to set the scene for you guys because it's weird. I don't know what to believe now, but we're going to go over it. We're going to go over the press conference and stuff anyways, but Brian Enton did a video last night. I don't know if you guys saw it. It looks like, wow. Oh, the number just jumped. 306,754 people have seen it. So y'all might have been the viewers, but it says what baby Emmanuel's father told fake inmate in jail and what he allegedly did with the body. I haven't gotten a chance to watch all this video yet, but I've watched the News Nation video saying that Brian is standing on his word. So we're going to go over what a Perkins operation is. And that's what Brian's talking about. We'll go over Brian's short video that he put out today, a little bit ago, just saying like, this is what I was told. And we'll go over the press conference. Now, the press conference, it does have questions at the end of it. And it's only a 20-minute press conference. So it's like halfway through. If you guys have headphones, I would recommend putting them on, at the press conference. I'll try not to speak loudly. But if you don't have headphones, there was closed captioning available on the video that I had. So it picks up for the most part all the words. So, and we'll start with that. We'll go ahead and we'll start with that one. But I actually just got a chance to listen to this earlier. And people were saying that they called it out in the presser, but I listened to this and I didn't hear them say Brian Enton's name. Unless I went deaf for a minute. Because I mean, that's totally possible. That's totally possible. So, and we can always check the transcripts. I did notice, though, that this video is 17 minutes long when the other video is 19 minutes long. But the other video doesn't have closed captioning. So I don't know if the other, minute or whatever is just them like standing up there before they or not standing up there, the podium before anyone goes up. But I do see that there is a little bit of a difference. So I think this gets pretty much right into it. Is this the one I was watching earlier? Must be, because this is the one that's on the screen. So, okay. If you guys are not aware, they haven't found baby Emmanuel yet. They are still looking. They do give us a lot of info, though, in this press conference. I mean, more than I thought that they were going to give. I thought that it was a pretty good press conference. You'll see a few different people come up to the podium because there are different jurisdictions, but they all seem to know that, they have to work together. So that's always a good thing. So we'll play this. It's like 17 minutes long, and I'll pause it here and there for commentary. And then if I do hear it, or if you guys hear it, let me know, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, Well, see, it's they didn't call Brennan. Now, okay, that's what it was. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy D. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, that makes okay. Because I was like, I listened to this whole thing and I did not hear them say Brian Enton or News Nation or like anything of that nature. And I was just like, I did hear him call out those some social media. I was like, oh, I don't know. I can only imagine. I mean, there are some people out there that are running amok right now. I'm sure of it. So I'm going to leave the closed captionings on. That way, in case you guys can't hear, you'll be able to read it. I know that the last couple of questions, I believe the closed captioning couldn't pick up, but I will try my best to listen in and hear those for you.
For updating us about the case of baby Emmanuel. Let's listen in.
That make statements appear, and then when we're all done with the short statements, I will come back up and we will have a question and answer. I will take questions. I will take all of your questions till there are no more questions.
Okay, I guess it's a little off on the closed captioning.
Having said that, there's a lot that we can't say, that I can't say, that nobody up here can say. And the reason is that the defendants in this case have been charged with crimes, serious crimes. And so now they have a presumption of innocence that applies to them. They're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I'm not allowed to prove my case in the court of public opinion. And so there's a lot that we can't say in terms of the facts and the evidence. For that, you will have to come to the court and to the various hearings and see how the case plays out. However, having said that, it's appropriate to have a press conference because it was the defendants in this case that had a press conference first. And they did so in order to tell the public, the media, and ultimately law enforcement that their child had been kidnapped, when in fact that's not what occurred. And so we're here to clear up some misconceptions and to explain how this case unfolded in terms of the investigation. It involves two counties working very well together. I know everybody up here on this stage, we work well together normally, but in this case, I'm very proud of the work that was done by Riverside County Sheriff, San Bernardino County Sheriff, my office, and also the District Attorney's Office in San Bernardino County. All right, so we'll go ahead and kick this off. I'm going to bring up first San Bernardino County Sheriff Shannon Dykes.
Thank you, Mike. To Mike's point, I want to thank all of you in the media for covering this, specifically the parents' initial statements to the public while we were trying to find Emmanuel. They became critical as we continued through this investigation. But I want to talk about a little bit about the process because we've seen a number of questions related to Amber Alerts and things like that. So I hope when I finish this that everybody understand kind of the course of the investigation. But the investigation started for us on August 14th. When Rebecca Haro reported that her son had been kidnapped. Folks, within 24 hours through video surveillance, we found inconsistencies in Rebecca's statement. And as a result of that, there was no other vehicle to put out on an Amber Alert or anything. And I know many of you were wondering why that didn't occur. But really, after finding out those inconsistencies in the statement on the initial report, that's where hundreds of hours of investigations have come in by our specialized investigations division to try to get to the bottom of what's really going on here. And when I say hundreds of hours, I'm talking about forensic data on vehicles, phones, and potential crime scenes, judicial authorized search warrants that were served. And through that process, that's where we learned that the jurisdiction of where this has occurred was in Riverside County. So hence the Riverside County DA and Riverside County Sheriff's Department, which I can't stress enough. We've had a long-term partnership. We work well together and we know how to get things done in these environments. But that's why the jurisdiction had changed from the original jurisdiction that was reported in, which is Yucaipa, California. But as we went through that portion of the investigation and realized that these things had happened in Riverside County, you saw the culmination of all the different entities get involved. And going back to what Mike mentioned about the DA's office in San Bernardino County and high-tech crimes, forensically, there are a number of things that we were able to prove up that we're not going to be able to share today exactly how we did that, but there is a tremendous amount of evidence that suggests that the initial story posed was not the correct story. So in that partnership with our...
Was that it? Where he said it? Let's say that might have been where he said it.
There are a number of things that we were able to prove up that we're not going to be able to share today exactly how we did that, but there is a tremendous amount of evidence that suggests that the initial story posed was not the correct story. So in that partnership with our agencies, I'm going to introduce my partner, Chad Bianco, where this crossover occurred at Riverside, and we reached out to Mike, who's obviously filing the case, and of course, Chad, to assist us in the investigation. Chad?
Thank you. Like Sheriff Dicus, I just want to thank all of you for, especially the normal mainstream media, for your attention to this and for your cooperation in this as we were assisting San Bernardino in this investigation, trying to originally find a missing baby, but then eventually quickly learning that that investigation was not something that it started as. Not so much for social media and keyboard warriors who quite honestly sometimes hamper and prevent us from a good investigation. I do want to expand a little bit about our relationship with San Bernardino. A lot from the media, a lot of questions have been raised about jurisdiction, and what Sheriff...
You know what I'm thinking now that I'm listening to this for like the third time? Well, I listened to it 1.5 times before this. So, they talked each other up, but not like they normally. Okay, so every agency will talk each other up, right, during like a press conference. But they did talk about how good they work together. Like that's all. Like everyone, all these guys that go up there, they're like, yeah, we work great together. Normally, usually, yeah, we work together great. So I'm wondering if maybe Brian did have somebody, like did know someone in the jail. Maybe this. Okay, so the Perkins investigation or operation, we're going to go over this, but it's pretty much when they send like an undercover in, like a cop in, or it's like an undercover. We'll have to get more into it whenever I know, but I'm pretty sure that it's an officer. What if the jailers knew he was an officer, right? So like when undercover cops like show up at a party, I don't know, there's a way that they dress and they act. You could tell that they're like not supposed to be there. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if one of these guys that was in the jail called Brian Enton, or, somehow got it to Brian Enton or to a source or whatever, got it to Enton and said like, hey, this is what I think is going on in the jail right now. I don't know. It's a lot. It's out there, but so are these Perkins operations, I guess. I knew that they did some stuff like that, but I really didn't know they did some stuff like that at the same time. Like, and it's a thing. So it's not like something Brian and just made that up on the fly,
Icus and I,
but we'll listen to him
routinely talk about to our own communities isn't really necessarily displayed in the media or said to the media, but neither one of us care about jurisdiction. Our belief is that the Inland Empire is better served when we are cooperating and working together. And in this investigation from the very beginning, it was obvious that it could involve both counties. When something like that happens, particularly in this case, the original investigation began with Sheriff Dicus, and if he chooses to take it to the end, he will, which obviously he did. And my position is Sheriff Dicus is responsible for this and the assistance of my department. So there is no asking us. There is no anything like that. It is, we have to serve our public best. And he has every single available resource that the Riverside County Sheriff's Office has to offer to make sure that we provide justice in this case.
Sir, no offense, sir, but not one of them reporters gives a damn about any of that right now. They just want to know, do you know where baby Emmanuel is? Did you find anything when you took Jake out into the, he was supposed to point out, what was going on there? That's a question. And did he confess? Because that was, I mean, that report did come out last night. So someone could have asked him, you know, like, hey, did he confess?
This is an extensive investigation with both agencies that ultimately is headed by the supervisor of the Detective Bureau from the Sheriff's Office in San Bernardino. But the cooperation, as you can see, between the both counties is what is going to bring this to a successful conclusion. There is absolutely nothing, no crime more important than the injury of a human being, particularly a child. And the amount of resources that were expended to find this baby and to ultimately bring the people to justice responsible for the loss of this baby, I can't even tell you the amount of resources that were expended in this. It is a massive investigation that will obviously be ongoing, and we appreciate your efforts. This involves a lot of things, though, from us, and hopefully there are more questions to be answered, but I'll end it by saying this before we get into more questions specifically about this case. This was preventable.
They said the guy was from San Bernardino, they thought.
In numerous ways. The amount of response we have had from the public, the enormous anger that a child was not only originally thought to be kidnapped, but then presumably murdered, kind of warms my heart a little bit. That there is compassion still out there. There is care about other people. There is, people actually do care about other people. There is absolutely nothing worse than harming a baby. Broken bones, injuries, life-altering trauma. And had that case been successfully handled how it should have been, Emmanuel would still be with us today. So I thank you all for taking the time and the effort to make sure that the world sees this investigation, and we will successfully bring it to conclusion with the help of both DA's offices.
And I will say they do go over the injuries of the other child. I was going to go over that paperwork, but we can still go over the paperwork sometime. But they do tell us a little bit about the injuries. I knew it from reading the report, but yeah, so you'll hear that coming up. So just trigger warning.
Thank you, Sheriff. I neglected to
just
mention
when somebody does, someone asks the question. So
that Sergeant Nicholas Clark is the lead investigator on this case. So even though he's San Bernardino County, he will be functioning as the lead investigator on this case, which is ongoing. The investigation is ongoing, even though we have filed charges. And then Brandon Smith is going to be the lead prosecutor on the case, obviously Riverside County prosecutor. And with that, obviously, you all know, yesterday in court, we filed murder charges on both Jake and Rebecca Haro. We also filed filing of a false police report. And with that, I will take questions. I know you're going to have a lot of questions. I do want to lay some ground rules. The way we do it here is don't shout at me, no chaos, just raise your hand. I ask you to ask me one question at a time. I'll do my best to call on everybody. When we've gotten through everyone who has a question, then we can go back and ask more follow-ups, okay? So I'll start here on the front row. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Stephanie Buchanan. My question is, first of all, do you have any idea where baby Emmanuel is at this point?
You know, yes, we have a pretty strong indication
she asked, do you know where baby Emmanuel is?
Of where the remains of baby Emmanuel are. So that investigation is ongoing at this time.
So if we go based off of Brian Enton's reporting, he said that, I didn't get to watch all of it, but he did say the father confessed and said that he put baby Emmanuel in the trash like weeks ago. So I'm wondering if they know, well, if he's saying like, I have pretty strong indication, like I'm going to rewind it back a little bit so you guys can hear it, but he'll say like something like, I have a strong indication on where he's at. And that's like under investigation right now. But I'm just curious if that could be where they're moving their investigation to.
So that investigation is ongoing at this time.
Okay, let me go back. Sorry.
My question do you have any idea where baby Emmanuel is at this point?
You know, yes, we have a pretty strong indication of where the remains of baby Emmanuel are. So that investigation is ongoing at this time. Yes, go ahead.
Matt Johnson, Court TV. What was the information that led to the initial search off the 60 in Moreno Valley?
Good question, Matt.
Sheriff, you want to take that?
I'm not going to go into grave detail about that, but there is some level of cooperation with the suspects involved in this, and we're trying to locate that. And our job is to follow every lead. But for the rest of the room here, we have to understand what you're dealing with is an experienced child abuser that is aware of a previous case, that is aware of evidentiary things that we are certainly concerned with. So we're going to take every step to not only work with any suspect or witness involved in this, because at the end of the day, we have to bring a case to Mike and they have to charge it. And we have to make sure that every single thing, no matter what is told to us or what we discover in terms of evidence, is the right thing and that we followed up extensively.
Okay, who's next? I'll go to you first and then to you. Go ahead.
DG Garcia, the past 11 years. Do you believe you know how baby Emmanuel died or was killed? And is there anything you can share?
That's true.
The filing in this case reflects our belief that baby Emmanuel was abused, a victim of child abuse over time, and that eventually, because of that abuse, he succumbed to those injuries. That's what we believe. Yes, sir.
Eddie with Action News. I noticed on the arrest records and booking records that they
This is
Carol as murder with malice and also another murder charge as well.
this guy. I don't know where he came from, but he's asking why there's 2 charges of murder on the indictment. It's because there's 2 names on the indictment. They're both charged with murder. Like, I've never had, I don't know who this is. It must be someone that snuck into the press conference, just like in Idaho 4.
Is there a second murder? Can you explain why there's 2?
We charged both Jake and Rebecca with murder.
He said, is there another murder? Did they murder someone else or something like that?
Who's next? Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
This is in reference to what Chad was talking about, but can you go into some detail about that case in 2023 and what happened there?
Sure.
And from my understanding,
So this is when he goes into the case about in 2023, when it went to court in 2023.
Yes, I will. So in 2018,
So trigger warning.
Jake Haro with his ex-wife, there's another child who they were prosecuted for child abuse as well, child neglect, cruelty. That child was also an infant, and that came to the courts, arrested in 2018. It came in to the courts in 2023. We had charged various felony crimes, child abuse, child cruelty. And our indication or what we wanted out of the case was prison. We believed it was a prison case and that Jake Haro should have gone to prison. Jake Haro pled straight up to the court, which sometimes reporters get this wrong and you call it a plea bargain. Judges are not allowed to plea bargain. Defendants can plea bargain with the prosecutor, but when a defendant pleads up to the court, they plead to everything that they've been charged with, and they're essentially throwing themselves on the mercy of the court. In this case, a judge here in Riverside County, happened to have been a visiting judge from San Bernardino County, gave Mr. Haro a suspended sentence, which means, if I can translate for you what that is, it means that instead of sending him to prison, he chose to give him probation.
I'm just gonna stop him right there. If you come into my no sirree. If I was the judge that he was normally sitting for, and I was like, I wouldn't do that. I would say just, I don't know. When there's like a substitute judge in there, like I feel like that's just like a day off, like a free for all. I don't know. That's not their wheelhouse, right? I mean, it like they need to follow the law and everything, but like at the same point, he was just like, yeah, sure, go ahead and get out. Like, yeah, like probation's fine. Probation's fine for you. You're going to hear the injuries. You did all this to your daughter, 11 weeks old. You're going to hear her name. Just, yeah, you're fine to leave. Do you need a ride? Do you need a ride home? I mean, really?
And suspend prison time sort of over his head, meaning that if he violated his probation, he would then go to prison. My prosecutor in the courtroom objected to that and said on the record, we object. We think it's a prison case. You should send him to prison. And the judge decided, as is the judge's right to do in that case, he decided that Mr. Haro deserved an extra break and gave him probation and basically 180 days of work release, which ends up being like community service.
Did he do the work release? I
will say that it was an outrageous error in judgment by this judge. And I don't have any problem saying that. I'm not attacking the judge personally. That decision was absolutely outrageous. Mr. Haro should have been in prison at the time that this crime happened. And if that judge had done his job as he should have done, Emmanuel would be alive today. And that's a shame, and it's an outrage. And I hate to say that, but when our criminal justice system breaks down, I'm going to just call it like it is and tell you it broke down. It's not how it's supposed to work. The judge had obviously meant well. At the end of their sentence, he told Jake, I'm giving you a big break today. Don't mess it up. But I want to point something out to you. I want to read to you the injuries. The child's name is Carolina. She is still alive today, but she is permanently bedridden. She has permanent damage, cerebral palsy, that is a result of long-term child abuse. I want to read to you the injuries that were presented in court to this judge at the time of that previous prosecution. Acute fracture of the posterior left rib, fifth rib, healing fractures of the posterior lateral 6th, 7th, and 10th through 12th ribs, healing fractures of the 6th and 9th through 12th ribs, partial bone fracture of the skull, brain hemorrhage, significant prevertebral soft tissue swelling of the neck, and a healing tibia fracture of the right leg. This is severe abuse for an infant. And so whatever you think of the criminal justice system and people need a break, someone who does that to a child belongs in prison, period. Next question. Not to my knowledge.
No.
Yes.
These are the ones I didn't get to hear because they were just like inaudible.
You know, I'm not going to, I can't speculate. What I'll say, I'll repeat what I already said. We believe that Emmanuel was severely abused over a period of time, and that that's the reason for the filing, the way it was, is that he was abused over a period of time. Both parents would have been aware of that abuse. I've already called on you, so I'm going to exhaust. Yes, sir.
And you've been listening to a news conference that involved both Riverside and San Bernardino County officials talking about the.
Well, the other one was 19 minutes long, so I guess I gypped you guys out of a minute. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was wondering what the difference was. I must have just missed that when they clicked it, like when they went back to these people. But I did want to show you guys what I was talking about earlier when it came to Brian Enton. Now, I will say, let me go back a little further, actually, because I didn't go back that far. Because if he would have done the report last night, see, I don't know. This is the only thing that gets me. Because like he's on Twitter a lot, like or X or whatever you want to call it. Like he's on X a lot. And he didn't tweet about it or X or I don't know. Is it still tweeting when you're on X? I don't know. But he didn't post about it. But he did post on his YouTube. And then News Nation came forward and they did like a minute and 30-second segment. And they were like, yeah, he is doubling, like they're like Brian Enton is doubling down. Like if like and they're standing behind him. I did see that there was other articles out that were discussing it as well, but they all reverted back to their source being Brian. That was the New York Post, I think it might have been, that I saw. And I saw the Long Crime. Long Crime did a video. I had to think about that for a minute. But they said that Brian Enton, or I think they said News Nation, maybe something like that. But we'll listen to this and then we'll go into about like what is a Perkins, like what's a Perkins operation? Because I had no idea what it was, so I looked it up a little bit. But yeah, I don't see it on his X. That I don't see. So we'll play this so you guys can hear it for yourself. And then he did do like I said, it was a 20-minute video last night. He dropped it 16 hours ago. So he dropped it 16 hours ago. And I mean, it got 309,000 views now. So like, I mean, a lot of people have watched it. I hope it's like, I hope that his reporting is true. Cause like I've never known Brian. I'm sorry. I've never known Brian Enton to like come out and put something out there and it not be like him not check his boxes. You know what I mean? So I'm rooting for you, Brian. Okay, so let's listen to what he has to say.
Hey guys, so a pretty big update.
Oh, and this was like hours ago. So okay, not let's see, 8. That said 9, so like 9 hours ago. And then they brought out with the report. They came out with the report this evening, and I'll tell you when that was too. When we go to watch it, that was 4 hours ago. So,
when it comes to the baby Emmanuel case, I am told through sources that baby Emmanuel's dad, Jake Haro, told a fake inmate in the jail that he killed baby Emmanuel and that baby Emmanuel was put into a trash can and that this was weeks ago. Now, this happened through what is known as a Perkins operation, I am told, which is when an undercover either police officer or informant poses as an inmate in a jail to get information from someone. So that is how that information came out, I am told, from baby Emmanuel's dad, Jake Haro. Separately, now this is separately, remember when you saw him out searching the dad along the highway in California when the police brought him out from jail to show them something, to show them where to search? I'm told he told police in a separate story that he accidentally rolled over baby Emmanuel in the bed and that is how baby Emmanuel died, and that he then buried his body. And that is why police took him out to that location along the highway. But it was after that, after he had told police that story, that they then got the information from the Perkins operation inside the jail. So I am told by sources that police do not believe the story about him rolling over the baby in the bed. Also, there was a similar Perkins operation, I am told, for baby Emmanuel's mother, who was also in jail, obviously charged with murder. And I am told that she is sticking to the same story, that the baby was kidnapped. So that's the latest I've got.
I mean, that baby was not kidnapped. Maybe, I mean, I don't. Now, if he's in the trash, where did he put him in the trash at? Did he put him in the trash at home weeks ago? You know, did he take him over to the next, trailer park over, like I'm thinking of, for some reason, Quentin Simon's in my head, but, like Lonnie Simon did just around the block, around the corner, or This is crazy. I don't think that he's going to ever tell, but I do believe Brian Enton. I really do believe Brian Enton. I mean, and he was a big 7-month-old, I felt like. I felt like he was a pretty big little baby. Right. You're thinking Evelyn Boswell. Yeah. And I'm over here. I'm just throwing kids away. Like, I mean, what's wrong with people? But I do believe Brian. I do believe you, Brian Enton. I'm just going to say that I do believe him. I do. And I looked up a Perkins operation because I'm like, well, what the hell is a Perkins operation? So it is the AI overview says we're gonna read the AI overview because I've read all the documents or all the papers for us, but it'll give us the rundown. If you live in Illinois, maybe you know this. I don't know. But it says a Perkins operation is a law enforcement technique where an undercover officer poses as a fellow inmate in a jail cell to gather information from a suspect, taking advantage of the suspect's mistaken belief that they are speaking with a non-threatening cellmate. So I'm assuming that I don't know. They said that could be a cop or an like a undercover. I would say that it's probably a cop. I wonder if they knew they were going to arrest the parents and they planted the cop in there before they went to jail, or if they went, after they went in, because you'd have to have that person be like that person's bunkie or something, probably, to get any information out of them. Right. So you'd want them to be like their cellmate. So, but you wouldn't want it to be like obvious either. Right. I don't know how, I'm just wondering how this whole thing goes down. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't believe that she rolled over on Evelyn. I don't believe that he rolled over on Emmanuel. No, I don't believe that. But I do believe this. This is, something that I do believe. These officers, they want to get, a confession. They have two suspects that weren't probably turning on each other at all, maybe. So they decided to speed up the process a little bit. But it says taking advantage of the suspect's mistaken belief that they are speaking with a non-threatening cellmate, named after the U.S. Supreme Court case, Illinois versus Perkins in 1990. This tactic is permissible because the suspect does not know their interrogator is a police officer, and therefore the Miranda warnings that are required for custodial interrogations are not triggered. So anytime you talk to anybody ever, just ask them, are you a cop? I have to tell you. So it says key aspects of Perkins operations: undercover officers. A police officer poses as an inmate to gain the suspect's trust. Cellmate deception. The officer is placed in a jail cell with the suspect, creating an environment where the suspect feels comfortable talking freely. Man. Probably got him after they, at the end of the night, turn the lights off. Sleepy time land, and he's probably like, what are you in here for, bro? I don't know. Information gathering. The undercover officer interacts with the suspect to elicit information, which can be used as evidence or to advance an investigation. So, and then it says, the Miranda implications are not there because the officer is undercover and they don't know that they're talking to an officer. I don't know. That's kind of feels like entrapment almost, but a little bit. Voluntary statements made by the suspect to the undercover officer are considered voluntary. Okay. As the suspect is boasting about their criminal activities in front of persons whom they believe to be their cellmates. Oh yeah. And they will boast too. Could you imagine? You think it's, oh man, they get you that way. Oh, I mean, they might not let him have no TV for a while. In summary, a Perkins operation is a legal method for law enforcement to obtain information from a suspect in a correctional facility by having an undercover officer act as a fellow inmate. If I was you, Brian Koberger, I'd be scared. That would happen to me. Yeah, it's a fine line, right? Well, I grew up in an area where the cops, every night, like if at 2:15, they would be like in every alleyway with their lights off. I'm like, that's entrapment, guys. Y'all. But I guess there's nothing people could do about it because, I don't know. Okay, what was this? Okay, so this is where, this is like not very long. This is like 1 minute and 23 seconds. Oops. I want to share it with you guys first. But this is where they say that Brian Enton doubling down on that reporting. And I'm glad that News Nation standing behind their man, I really I value that because Brian Enton to me seems like a real decent person, right? I mean, he does to me anyway.
All right, more breaking news. This is on that baby Emmanuel story out in California from our News Nation senior national correspondent, Brian Enton, okay? So Brian is now reporting that the father of Emmanuel, the 7-month-old, the parents are accused of the murder, that the father has confessed to killing the child and putting his body in a trash can. Brian had reported that. Now, there's some pushback, and we understand it, to Brian's reporting from local DA, but Brian tells us now he stands by his reporting and his sources that the father of Emmanuel Haro has confessed to the killing of the child and putting the body into a trash can in their home. Jake Haro, there's baby Emmanuel now. So this is information just coming into Brian. We'll sort through it and give you some more background later. But it's a story, obviously, that we've been following closely for some time. We talked about both of the parents being held on $1 million bail each out in California on yesterday's program. But now Brian reports that Jake Haro, the father, has confessed to the killing. More on that as it breaks.
Thank you for.
Thought you were going to get me, Cuomo. Them instead. Let me see if we can go to News Nation, see if there's anything, if they put anything else up. I'm curious. Why is it? Oh, that was live. I was like, what? I need to go to the videos. Oh, well, this is kind of what we heard earlier, I think. But we can listen to this really quick.
Let's get to California now, where the search for the remains of this 7-month-old baby, Emmanuel Haro, continue. And, we do have new developments.
I mean, it still says sources like they're leaving it up.
The case today. Number one, sources have told News Nation's Brian Enton that the baby's father, Jake, has admitted to killing Emmanuel, admitting that to a jailhouse informant, according to Brian's reporting, saying that he put the body in the trash. Prosecutors saying that they have not obtained a formal confession. Again, that's from the reporting of Brian Enton today. Also, earlier today, the Riverside County District Attorney spoke to the press about an earlier child abuse case against the father, saying Emmanuel would still be alive if the judge had done his job. So let's pick up there with News Nation West Coast correspondent Nancy Liu on the story in Riverside. What is the latest from where you are, Nancy?
Yeah, Connell, big press conference today and some new official information. Most tragically, law enforcement says baby Emmanuel was severely abused throughout his short life. And because of those injuries, he died sometime between August 5th and August 14th. Of course, that is the date of the reported kidnapping claim from outside of a sporting goods store. Law enforcement says they quickly determined that the Haro's claims were suspicious. Today, we heard from the Riverside County DA, the Riverside County Sheriff, as well as the San Bernardino County Sheriff, all of whom expressed anger and outrage that Jake Haro was out on probation for a 2023 conviction for child cruelty during a previous marriage.
It was an outrageous error in judgment by this judge. And I don't have any problem saying that. I'm not attacking the judge personally. That decision was absolutely outrageous. Mr. Haro should have been in prison at the time that this crime happened. And if If that judge had done his job as he should have done, Emmanuel would be alive today.
And DA Mike Hestrin says they have an idea of where baby Emmanuel's remains may be. However, they have yet to find them. So the searching will go on. The DA says trying a murder case without a body is always more trying and tougher. However, in this case, the victim is an infant, unable to be anywhere else than with his caregivers. So they are confident, the DA is, about a conviction. Now, Jake and Rebecca Haro, they will be back in court next week on Thursday, September 4th. They'll be arraigned on murder charges. They also face misdemeanor charges for filing a false police report.
Yeah, terrible story. Nancy Lou's live in Riverside, California.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and
I hate that thing. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it when they do that. I don't know why it's so much louder. Like when they go on, like at the end, they really want you to subscribe. They really do. Okay. I was just seeing if there's anything. Okay, let me go over here. I'm going to exit out some of this stuff. And then I was going to go over to X to see if there's anything over there. But yeah, Brian hasn't put anything on his page as far as I saw earlier when I was looking. Let me type his name in. That's probably going to be easier. Let's see if I could find. Okay, that's kind of weird. People are doing like AI stuff. I don't like AI when it comes to like kids cases. Yeah, anything like that. I just think that's just too much. Too much. It says, I guess this was, well, that would have been yesterday, so that wouldn't matter now. I think we're beyond that. Someone's asking who the judge is. Don't think they're going to tell us unless, well, you could find out from the paperwork. I mean, oh my goodness. His daughter, her name is Promise now. And did they take her into court? Or maybe that's a church. She's dressed up. I don't want to show it because I don't know. I just want her to like be able to live her life. Although, in my opinion, it's not really a life. She's beautiful though. Like, that little girl is precious. So, I'm sure if you look up, Emmanuel Haro, you'll see a picture of her, but. Yeah, it says someone tell your legislators we desperately need laws that protect children. Don't forget, we did not make any progress after Kaylee Anthony murder, Harmony Montgomery, and Emmanuel Haro, it says. Everyone's very upset. There's another picture of her. Oh, she's pretty. I mean, he should have, that's attempted murder. What he did to that little girl. That's like torture. I don't know what you want. I mean, that's not even just attempted murder. That's torture. Like physical torture. Her tibia bone was, her bone, some of her bones, not just her tibial bone, but like some of her bones were in processing of healing. And then some of them were just broke. Skull cracked. I mean, it's just, you would think. It doesn't really look like there's anything too new on here. So I guess what is this? I'm not even gonna pull that up. Yeah, there's a lot of people wilding out. No, his name is not. So our friend Vincent Hughes, not my Vincent, no relation. Jake's attorney. I don't know if it's gonna be Jake, Rebecca's attorney, whichever one. I guess it's Jake's attorney, right? His name on the old Twitter, DJ Fresh to Death. You just can't make that up, can you? Oh my gosh, he's an attorney and a DJ and a remixer. Okay, y'all. I haven't asked for a lot in my day from you guys, but my 40th birthday is coming up, and can we get Vincent to DJ? DJ Fresh to Death? Someone. Oh my goodness. People be wilding out. Let me see if I can pull this up. Look at this. Timu and Associates. We don't know what to say, so we will make it up along the way. I like that. But he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. I don't think that there's much. I was just double checking to make sure I didn't miss anything, but I don't think I did. They do go back to court September the 4th. I mean, that's not too long from now. I'm not sure what time. I'm sure it's in the morning, but it'll be 3 hours difference. So it'll be 3 hours later here, whatever it is there. So if it's 8 there, it'll be 11 here. So. I wondered Alan Jackson. All I got was DJ Fresh to Death. Yeah, that's all I need. Oh, Aries, me too. Always. Always. Ladybug member for 20 months. It came up on my iPad before it came up on my StreamYard. He was like, Jake, you're on your own. Did he get rid of him? He was like, nope, I'm out. Oh, did he really? Hey, Brandy Wine, how are you? Oh, my birthday. Oh, it's October the 17th. Your birthday. Yeah. We'll be celebrating, no doubt, in the live with some wine. Well, you let us know that You're okay and you're safe. Drink as much wine as you want. Just don't drive anywhere. Happy birthday, by the way. Happy early birthday. It's coming up soon. Just a couple days. No big plans. Just gonna hang out with your pups. I'm telling you, I probably won't do much. I keep saying I'm going to do something, and then I'm just like, I'm putting it off, you know? I mean, I'm just putting it off. Putting it off. Good. Like, Aries, I did. It is, and it's very wrong to be put out there by other people, in my opinion. Shouldn't be out there for consumption. Oh, well, I wish he would. I wish Vincent Hughes would. That would have been. Could you see him in a trial setting? He can't afford the case he had before. I don't even know why they called him in because that's his lawyer on retainer, right? He helped him with the first case. He got him. I mean, he used him on his other case. He got away with it pretty much because of old Vincent. Not really. I don't think he had much to do with it. I think it was just the judge that day. But you know. But yeah, I don't know. Hey, for Fireflies, welcome in. So he has a different attorney from the state. Well, I mean, yeah, they have to give him an attorney that can do that can, handle a murder trial. They're both going to get public defenders, and let's see how they do. Let's see how a public defender does with this case compared to Ann Taylor and Brian Kohberger's case. We'll see. We'll see real quick the difference. We'll see really quick the differences, and how they're handled. I feel like anyway. So that's just me anyway. I know Austin has got some stuff going on in his case too. We talked about it a little bit the other night, but we didn't really talk about all of it. So I'll have to do another case on that or another live on that. I might take tomorrow off. I'm not sure, Aries. I'm debating. I almost went live today on it, but then I was like, no, don't do that. So I didn't, but I did end up going and getting my dog some really stinking cute little stuffed animals. Oh, I'll put them on their new beds when they get them, and I don't know. They'll be chewed. Only one dog chews things. The other dog likes to keep them and like cuddle with them, and it's really cute, and I love that for her. So I got her a bunny, but I got the other dog a little fox. Hopefully she'll just want to sleep with it. Yeah, Felicia. Yeah, he's an informant. He's all the things. I would never trust him to be an informant. I mean, but maybe he was because he had all that stuff in prison. I'm torn with that one because he did have a lot in prison that you don't. I thought you would get like one of them like see-through TVs and like a Walkman, and like that was like it, right? But I don't know. Apparently not. Apparently you get a lot of stuff, a lot of nice stuff. I mean, you get to play Nintendo games or whatever it was he was playing. He got 2 phones. He had more snacks and food in his cupboard than I seen a lot of people on this side of the fence's cupboards. He had sodas I saw up there too and everything. I was like, man. You're sweet, Aries. Yeah, he is. Those names are out anyway, Aries. Don't worry. I don't think you have to worry. I could see you naming, like, I don't know. I can see you naming your child after a roller coaster. I really could. The Vortex. No, Aries, your child actually couldn't have your child can't have a name because then you'd want to switch it every week, and then you know what I mean. So it has to have like an interchangeable name or something. Fury. Oh, well, there you go. That's scary. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, he's saying that his cover got blown. He didn't do it. His cover got blown that day, and everyone got killed. But you notice who wasn't there? His baby mom, the one that's pregnant with his child. Okay, if you're going to kill somebody to get back at somebody, why would you go for the sister? Why wouldn't you go straight for the girlfriend that's pregnant? Like, I mean, if I was like a gang person, I wouldn't go for my girlfriend's sister. Like, I don't know. Like, that to me is just that's just kind of weird, right? Like, I mean, when you would think they would go after Caitlyn. Is it? No, I can see that it is cut up. I don't know why. It's StreamYard, I think. I heard that it kicked people off of their stream today, so hopefully it doesn't kick me off. Maybe I'm gonna refresh it. If it kicks me out, which it probably will, I'll come right back in. Because it says I have plenty of bars. Did that help it? Looks like it did. It says I have full bars. We're going to be hardwiring, I think, into here. So that'll be better. That'll work out better. Yeah, I've heard that YouTube was having issues. Oh, no, like there's something with, I can see it over here on my iPad. And I was like, is that just my iPad? Or I should ask y'all if it's like that. See, it's starting to do it again, I think. Yeah, see, I'm starting to bounce around again. So I'm going to jump off here. Stupid thing. Yeah, I can see him froze over here. Watch, it'll freeze up. People will say something in the chat. I can see it. But I'll come back on tomorrow, maybe. If I'm on, I'll let you know if I write on here, no live today, that means no live. But you know me. I don't know what taking a day off means. I don't like it. I like to hang out with you guys. So, always it better there too. I need more subscribers or more followers over there to go live on my I go on Titanium Build, but I can't go on my unfiltered one yet. So if you guys want to follow me over there, Unfiltered. And thank you, Ladybug, for being a member for 20 months. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. It means a lot. Like 20 months. Business has till this weekend to make y'all some emojis because after he starts that new gig, I'm just gonna let him do what he's got to do. But thanks again so much. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow with some true crime. If I'm not here, that means I finally took a day off, and I don't know how long. It's been 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. I don't know. It's been a long time. But I will probably see you sometime tomorrow. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful evening. And I'm probably frozen, but bye, guys. And it's frozen because it won't even let me do my video. Well, let's see. I think I clicked it too many times.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't